And as our little lo-fi waltz fades out, I welcome you to this, the No Fuss Muss YouTube channel. We're very close to Christmas and we have launched our Christmas print sale. It's part of my little personal celebration. 11 years of photographing professional wrestling all around the world. So I decided this Christmas to do something a little bit different and just to dive into some of my personal favorite images from covering wrestling for 11 years. And I'm going to share with you the full 25 images that we selected for the 25 days of Christmas. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're in the chat, joining us live, tell us where you're joining us from, and do feel free to join in as we go along the way. We have a very professional wrestler joining us this evening to talk to us about the people who are going to be coming up in these images for you. Would we please give a warm welcome to the amazing professional wrestler, Amira Blair. Hello, Amira. How are you?
Hola, ¿cómo te llamas? Me llamo Amira Blair. Is muy excited to be here.
Wonderful.
Super professional.
That's good. Which person in the world of professional wrestling would you most like to invite over to your Christmas dinner?
R-Truth. I will invite R-Truth. There's just no question. My favorite wrestler of all time, R-Truth. R-Truth can come to the house anytime.
Michael's out. You want to... Michael's out. That's fresh off the press. Well, you said that R-Truth is like your spirit animal in terms of what you want to achieve in pro wrestling the other day, didn't you?
Absolutely. Well, actually, I said this back in 2024, but I like to remind people I'm on the journey to be the next R-Truth. I'm A Blair, A-Truth. I love it. I just think, in all seriousness, he can hit it serious. He can hit it funny. He looks great at 50. He has a job for life. Everyone loves him universally. And no matter where he is on the card, it's a good time. So where else would you want to be as a wrestler? Who else would you want to be apart from R-Truth?
There's absolutely no one else you would want to be. I completely agree. Thank you so much for giving us up your evening this evening to join us.
No problem.
We're going to be going through the 25 images plus some more because some people slid into my DMs. I think that's what the kids say. And they said, oh, I hope you're putting one in of this wrestler. And I wasn't planning on it. But my journey into wrestling photography started in 2014. The first show I photographed was a Revolution Pro Wrestling show, which on the main
Revolution
event,
Pro Wrestling.
Revolution Pro Wrestling, the best of all the wrestling in all of the land. The first match I photographed had a Mad Kurt in it, and it also had a Fearless Flatliner in it. What polar opposites you couldn't imagine more of. And it's been a hell of a journey since 2014. We're now in 2025, about to go to 2026. Let's have a look, take a stroll down memory lane and have a look at some of my favorite images. The idea behind this, we're going to bring up 25 images. We're going to give Amira Blair 30 seconds. We're going to set the timer. She's got 30 seconds to talk about the person in the image. Give her honest feedback. This is a positive, safe space. We're not going to be doing anything like that. So if you want something else like that,
really nasty about everyone.
If you want something like that, go on to David Otunga's YouTube channel and sit and listen to him for 45 minutes telling one story.
So what? Where did that come from?
It is what it is. Right, we're starting off.
Just completely buried.
Day one. We have Piper Niven. You got 30 seconds to talk about Piper Niven, Amira. This is our first print. It's available on our store. Before you go on, available on our store, our Christmas sale store, portraitofawrestler.com/store. These are all one-of-one prints. You have 30 seconds to talk about Piper Niven in 3, 2, 1, go.
Piper Niven was also Dewdrop for a while, did some great work with Eva Marie comedy-wise, and I really enjoyed it. Love her as a wrestler. I think she's really, really sick. She's also Scottish, Irish. We get along like a house on fire. That's amazing. I also think she's really, really hot in a gay way. I'm kind of like into that. So she's kind of like my lesbian type. So I really, really like her. So up Piper Niven. I also love her in the Secret Service. I'm really enjoying that. Get well soon. Hope you are watching this, and I really like you.
Very good. Hang on, look at that for 30 seconds.
Exactly 30 seconds.
That's incredible.
I can't believe everything that just came out of my mouth. that I just said.
I didn't do this for the live audience. I just
I
did it for
didn't do
the
this.
full clips.
Oh no. I didn't know this game, where it's gonna go. Help.
Piper, this was taken underneath a railway archway, just outside of Whitechapel in London. I arrived at Eve Wrestling, and I asked her where. Yeah, I was asked where can I photograph. They said you can go in the changing room upstairs. So I went in the changing room upstairs, and it was literally the balcony above the ring, as you all know if you've ever been to Eve Wrestling back in the day. But everyone was lovely. Everyone was very, very kind. And I only had very, very small lights that I could use at the time. But Piper Niven, or as she was known, Viper then, she was like the big monster of female independent wrestling. But I thought this was quite a cute little shot, actually, quite nice. And on the day,
she doesn't look like a monster there. She looks very nice and sweet.
She's very cute. On the day, she, one of my friends from Scotland, from Glasgow, is a wrestling fan, said, "Oh my God, I can't believe you're getting to meet her. She's my spirit animal. She's my favourite wrestler of all time." And Piper Niven videoed a little video message for her, which we sent to her, and it really made her day. So that was really lovely.
That's very
Thank you very
kind.
much indeed. Thank you very much for that one, Amira. That was a great bit of feedback. We'll now go on to image number 2. You've got 30 seconds now to talk about our second day of Christmas. And this is AJ Styles. Go.
Oh boy, there's AJ Styles. You may know AJ Styles as a very, very good professional wrestler. I know him as the guy who is getting to wrestle Leon Slater this weekend, as well as everyone else that's in that match. He's holding the Revolution Pro Wrestling title. That's pretty sick. I work there too. I think AJ Styles is a nice man. He's very, very jacked for the age of him. Sorry.
That was good. I like that. That was good. I like that. Little comment we got here from one of my someone who follows me. So yeah, just someone who says evening. It's from the Bournemouth Fan Talk Fan TV page. Welcome to you. Thank you very much for joining us. There's a little bit of a football crossover there to this channel tonight. This one was photographed, I think, in around about 2016 when AJ Styles was Revolution Pro Wrestling champion backstage at the Mountbatten Centre in Portsmouth. There wasn't a lot of light, but there was a nice black curtain. It was right after the match. He didn't know who I was. I just shoved a camera in his face, said, "Stand there." He's not in the right position for the light here. The light's too far around. There's not enough light on the face for me traditionally, but he seemed like a man in a rush. So I just took the picture, got on with it, and that's the only time I've had an interaction with AJ Styles in my entire career.
Do you think he'll be watching this now and thinking, wow, there's people reviewing my hot bod?
Only one person. Right. Go now. Image number 3. Third day of Christmas, 3 of 25. We've got this is like feeling like a bit of a marathon now.
Okay, here we go.
Set our bar too high. Image number 3 coming up. Amira Blair, you now have 30 seconds to talk to Ricky Saint.
Ricky Saint? I don't know who that is. I only knew Ricky Stark. Only joking. I do know who Ricky Saint is. He's having a wonderful time over in the WWE and the NXT, but I personally loved him in AEW, and that's where I formed a connection with him. I loved all the work he's done. I think he should have been pushed a lot more, and I also think he is one of the most hilarious and charismatic people on the mic. I just wish he got some more time at AEW to really show that.
Very good.
I don't mind that one.
No, that was awesome. I like that. Pushing the AEW agenda. I appreciate it. No, it's good.
Stop. Stop. There's WWE people I'm going to love here soon. What do you say? What do you say?
Ricky came into Progress Wrestling. This is backstage at Progress around about 2017. Right. I think from the top of my head, he was with a guy called Aaron Solo. They were a tag team. They were very good. Yes. He was in exceptionally good shape. But what was most appealing about Ricky was how comfortable he was in front of the camera and how quickly and clearly his characterization of his character came across through the lens. This shoot was about 30 seconds. I got about 5 pictures from it, but look at that. That's not bad for an instant connection.
30 seconds?
Yeah,
no way. That's pretty.
And I like that dark blue background. There was a blue wall that was painted upstairs at the Electric Ballroom in Camden. You go 3 flights up. There was the top. Before I was ousted by British Strong Style, when they started getting booked, that used to be my photo studio. Then all 3 of them came up there and decided that was going to be their dressing room. So I had to find someone else to shoot. True story. We're dropping.
Keep this positive at your
I just get kicked out of everywhere I go to. I once photographed in a shower once, but I probably shouldn't be sharing that story on the internet.
we're on
Amira,
YouTube sharing this. This is crazy.
yeah, they're loving it. Amira Blair, you now have 30 seconds for our 4th day of Christmas to talk to. All these prints are available in the store, one of one. You can buy one today.
Yes.
Oh, today, if you buy them before midnight tonight, they're £5 off. You get nearly 25% off just by being a super fan and by buying them today. So you can go on the store today. They're £5 cheaper than they will be at 1 minute past midnight tonight. Amira Blair, you now have 30 seconds to talk about the 4th day of Christmas. It's Chelsea Green.
Oh, easy. Oh, that's Hot Mess era. Chelsea Green, one of my favorite wrestlers at the moment. I'm having the best time looking at her, enjoying all her work. She's really came to her own WWE. Loved her in TNA as well. I've loved the Hot Mess gimmick for a very long time. If I could have tagged with anyone in the world, it would be her. She's awesome, and I heard she's also one of the kindest people in wrestling, so I can't wait to meet her one day.
There we go. Chelsea Green, this is backstage at the first All In Chicago. She was part of, I think, a 3-woman match on the card. She was very excited, very friendly, as you pointed out. And this shoot, again, I didn't have long. I got about 5 images from it. 2 of them are the full-length ones because she was in the full bridal gown. So I wanted the whole bridal gown in shot. They were great, holding the bouquet. And then I just put my camera into her face real close. And she gave me this expression. She described it on Instagram, no less, as one of her favorite promo shots ever. So I appreciate the retweet and I appreciate the shout out, Chelsea. She's lovely. The next time you're in the UK, which I know was quite recently, don't be a stranger. We'll go onto the mountains and things like that in the Pennines or in the Yorkshire Dales, and we'll do some Heathcliff Wuthering Heights style pictures. I'd like to do. That'd be quite cool.
And I just can't wait to meet you one day. If you're watching,
we'll bring Amira along. She can hold a light. Amira Blair, this is image number 5 of Christmas now, all available in our store, £5 off if you buy before midnight tonight. You now have 30 seconds to talk about Jamie Hayter.
Oh boy, well this girl's a rocket. I love her. I met her in the Eve locker room just last week. As fiery as her hair in personality, great form. Heard she's a wonderful wrestler of all those lariats and all that. I think she's an even cooler person, and I think a lot of people know she's a really good wrestler, but I just also want to say, one of the nicest people I've ever met in the locker room. Really enjoyed her.
Whoa, bang on there. Yep. First met her back in about 2016 when it was the same day that I met Zoe for the first time, backstage at a Rev Pro show. And the Revolution Pro Wrestling Women's Division was 3 women deep then. But insert your own joke here. But it's obviously got it's obviously what I'm saying is obviously expanded from there, hasn't it? And they're now putting on amazing matches, right?
They are indeed. All the women are killing it at the moment, Rev Pro.
Absolutely. When she was over here in the UK, this was taken this year. We took it into Old Portsmouth, and in Old Portsmouth, there's all loads of old cobbled streets, loads of historic buildings, and there's all red pillar boxes and phone boxes and all that kind of stuff. I just wanted to stood next to this one. But it was her idea to jump up on top of it and do a bit more of a fashion-led shoot for the photography nerds among you. Neutral density filter, off-camera flash with a beauty dish, stop down so that we can open up the aperture to f2.8, blowing out the background and concentrating pin-sharp focus on the face with natural light providing the kicker light behind. I love this shot. It's on our store. It's the 5th day of Christmas and it's available for £5 less than it should be if you buy before midnight tonight.
Whatever
Amira,
he said times 2. You
enjoying this so far, Amira?
I'm having an Olay time, but I am terrified of what's coming out of my mouth. I'm like, oh dear.
You have reeled this. I've watched your TikToks. You've reeled this in. So while we're on a roll, we're going to go to the 6th day of Christmas. We're going to talk to. I'd like you to speak to the amazing export from these aisles that is Zack Sabre Jr. 30 seconds on Zack Sabre Jr. Off you go.
So it looks like we're just really peeping in on his private time in this photo, which I love. Zack Sabre Jr. is one of the loveliest people I've met. Vegan. Fun story. I once asked Zack Sabre Jr., like, would you be up for doing an angle where you just shave my head? And he was like, no, I really don't want to do that. And I was like, well, Zack Sabre Jr., that's pretty all right. Yeah, sat in my car once. We high-fived. Nice kid. Hope he makes it one day.
Hang on. Okay, where to start? how would a shave my hair match with Zack Sabre Jr. work? How are you seeing that pan out? Please leave comments if you're watching this live as how you would book Amira versus Zack Sabre Jr.
I think I just said it to be like to have something to talk about with him. I don't remember. I think him and Michael were having a match and they were like planning something, blah blah blah. And I just said, what if you just shave my head, Zach? That's gonna be great heat. Everyone's gonna love that. And he was like, ooh, no thank you. And I was like, I kind of wish you would shave my head now. And it's just been an ongoing joke now where I just ask him, like, are you going to shave my head? And he goes, no, and it runs away. Kind of like every man in my life that's not Michael.
Fantastic. Well, like you said, this is a bit of a peeping Tom picture. There's lots of triangles working in this one with the composition, which I really appreciate, and really heavily on that rule of thirds. I love the eye on the graffiti in the bottom corner, just almost peeping in. It reminds me of a chapter in The Great Gatsby where they continually drive past a billboard that's just two eyes, feeling like it's looking down on these people. Amira, you appear to have frozen, but now you've come back in. And I love the shot here. It feels like something that you wouldn't normally see from a backstage wrestling promo picture. It's something a little bit different. That's why I love it. Really good. Grab it. portraitofaWrestler.com/store. Now we're going from one superstar on one side of the planet to another superstar on another side of the planet, Amira. You now have 30 seconds to speak to Cody Rhodes.
Oh, well, I don't know if any of you know Cody Rhodes. He's a great fella. He's a young and up-and-coming kid in the business. He looks really well. Listen, I hope he makes it one day. I heard he's got a big tattoo on his neck, so it's not the Cody Rhodes. But I believe this was taken pre-tattoo. I think he's pretty much doing all right at the moment. I don't know if anyone's seen him recently, but yeah.
Oh, God, 30 seconds goes by quick, doesn't it? Goodness me, wow.
It does.
Who knew? Backstage at All In, he just won the belt off of a Nicholas Aldis. He still had the blood in his hair. He still had the sweat on his arm, and there's a little bit of blood on that belt as well. But it was a really, really cool moment. Just stopped past me after he was walking back through to production to go and produce the rest of the show. And he stopped for a quick portrait here. Broadside lighting for those interested. I didn't really think about that much. I was just thinking about getting the exposure right, but the nice low angle gives the belt dominance in the picture because of the history and the ties with his family to that belt. Super, super important. Love that shot. One of one is available in my store. You can get that today. Hand printed on my printer, which is just where the end of my green wicked finger is over there. That's where my Canon Pro 1000 printer is. We've been printing them on fine art paper all week. Hand printing them just for you.
Wow.
You ready for image number 7? I think, or 8. I think we're at 8 now.
Eight. Oh my God.
8. You ready for that?
Let's do it. Let's go.
Don't know if you can speak too much about this guy. We are taking you back to the UK, the best independent wrestling talent currently in these aisles, being exported to Mexico, Disneyland, Narnia, former Yugoslavia. It is Michael Oku.
Oh.
Go.
What can you say? This photo represents Michael Oku to a T. Holding his own head. His head is asleep. Michael is always asleep, and he's also the biggest narcissist I know. So he's always having to carry his own personality in his hands. He does look really hot here, though. So 10 out of 10 would tap. But he's all right. Let's hope he makes it in the business as well. God love him.
And the gong, for the sake of your relationship, comes in just in time. This is great.
He's went to the kitchen, so I could say everything I wanted to say because he is usually right there, but he went to the kitchen, so he didn't hear me.
I like this idea in the studio. It was something that I came up with, and the great thing about working with Michael is that he never says no. He always says yes to these ideas, to doing something a little bit different and to collaborating on different things. It's a good. It was a good image to sort of upsell the Blacksmith apparel, so you can see both of their logos by the way that we've turned in there, the one on the trousers and the one on the top. And obviously, he isn't holding his own head. We didn't make his own head. This is all a little bit of jiggery pokery, but it's proper jiggery pokery. None of your AI jiggery pokery. This is actual artistic jiggery pokery that we did in studio.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Can we put a chicken on it?
Yeah. You can still get these. One signed, Michael Oku in blue with the British Championship, and another signed with Amira and Michael there. They are big prints. There's you and your Macho Man and Elizabeth going on there. They're still available in our store, and they are both signed and ready to frame. Fine art print. They are massive.
They are brilliant.
Yeah, decorate your home this Christmas with a picture of Amira on your wall. We're going all the way now to image number 9, a guy who I knew as Punishment Martinez. He's now known as Damien Priest. Talk to us for 30 seconds about Damien Priest. Go.
Oh my goodness, he's in a coffin. Help, is he dead? I don't know. Hopefully he's alive. I think he is alive. He's been doing well on the WWE, I guess. I think he's one of the Terror Twins, but they're not twins, are they? They're 10 years apart. So there's nothing twin-like about it. I think that's a cool photo though. I like the black contrast with his gear. And I think he's a very, very good professional wrestler.
He's a very good professional wrestler, and he's a very nice guy. Now, this was photographed in the ECW arena, which I thought was the most interesting thing about it. And that coffin was just sort of lying around backstage. I was doing promo shots 90 degrees round to the right here, and we just saw this coffin. We said, "I'll just stand in there. We'll just take this picture." But we had shared some conversations the night before, and the night before they were at the Hammerstein Ballroom, which is next door to Madison Square Garden. And he was explaining to me how 18 months previous, he was working in the bar at the Hammerstein Ballroom. And 18 months later, he was part of the card for Ring of Honor on live pay-per-view at that show. And he still had friends who worked there, which was really, really cool. I thought it was a lovely story.
So cool.
That's the image that when I posted it on Instagram promoting this, got the most traction. A lot of people, there's a lot of Damien Priest fans out there.
Wow, so a lot of Priestettes.
It's obviously a subculture I'm not familiar with. We're going to bring you back to the UK now, to someone who I know you know from the independent scene out here. We're going to take you to the professional wrestler Rio. Talk to us for 30 seconds about Rio.
Riho. Oh no, thank you, Michael. Riho loves purple, loves a braid. Looks like Medusa here, which is awesome. I love this photo. The photo looks sick. As for Rio herself, I could beat her in a fight, real life. If I get a hold of her braids and wrap them around my fist, it's done. Donezo. So I hate Riho. I wish her nothing but the worst. I'll see her on Sunday where I'll kick her in the face.
Where are you wrestling her on Sunday? Or are you just going to kick her in the face?
I'm just going to see her. I'm going to, before Mercedes and her match at Uprising, I'm just going to kick her in the face.
Oh, fair enough. What's your favourite photo so far? Let us know in the comments. Rio here backstage at the Clapham Grand in London.
Great photo.
I've been trying to get her into my studio for years, and then we just sort of had this opportunity backstage. This was her idea to throw the braids out to camera, high-speed flash, high-speed sync, which meant that we managed to freeze the motion, but also shoot on a shallow depth of field, which means the braids in the foreground are a little bit out of focus to the ones in the background, leading you in. Very Medusa-like, as Amira points out. She's getting an eye for photography now as she goes along, which is good to see. Image number 11. I think we're at 11 or 12. I've lost count. I'm sorry. I should be more professional than this, but it doesn't matter. We're going to bring you back to the Clapham Grand. We're going to bring you back
to the Clapham.
Yeah, back to the Clapham, back to backstage, back to women's wrestling as well. What is this? Oh, this is fantastic. Amira Blair, you now have 30 seconds to speak to Thunder Rosa.
Oh my goodness, I love this woman. I just want everyone to know Thunder Rosa and I had the best time. I actually did the lighting for her for this photo. She probably doesn't remember, but I held the lighting dish up. Very, very funny. Lots of good crack. One hell of a wrestler, and gave us some great advice backstage to all the women. And she was just a very, very caring, kind soul. And I really hope she recovers, and I hope she's doing great, and I hope we have her back very soon.
I forgot you were the lighting assistant for this one.
Did you? I'll never forget it. It was one of the coolest moments. I thought that's why you put it in there.
You're so naturally friendly with people backstage that I imagine that you just know everyone anyway. And then that's about the third or fourth time you said, "Oh, I wish I could meet them," or it's the first time I met them, or I was just trying to. Do you know what I mean?
Oh. You know what? I haven't even thought about that until you said. I definitely know a lot of the girls. I would say I've met a lot of the girls. I don't know a lot of the men. Sorry. I wish I did more. The British men I do know. That sounds.
It's probably
I'm
for the best.
sorry.
So
That sounded terrific. Go
Amira
ahead.
would have Amira would have been holding this light in a narrow position, but she also would have been holding it on a feathered edge, which has given us that lovely quality of light over the face. What I liked about this was I wanted to do this differently. I wanted to pose her a different way so that we got the face paint. And then when she turned her head this way, because Amira was stood the wrong side, I appreciated the character that we were actually getting away from the face paint. And I thought that was a more interesting portrait, which is why I shot it this way. This was my first opportunity to photograph Thunder Rosa. I've photographed her about 5 times since, and I think this is the best one. The lesson there is just give up. Just do it once and then just give up. It's never going to get better.
The lesson here is let Amira Blair hold your lighting and you'll get your best photos ever.
True. Moving on now to image number 12. All of these prints available in the store. Portraitofawrestler.com/store. They're
Please
available for £5 off tonight before midnight. After midnight, they're all going up in price. Affordable art for your home. We've kept them at an affordable pricing for you. Image number 12. We're going back over to stateside and back over to grubby men's wrestling. This is Adam Cole. You've got 30 seconds to talk about Adam Cole. 3, 2, 1, go.
You know it's all about the battle. Adam Cole, baby. I love the song. I will always remember him because he is part of one of the best days of my life by just existing. He had the tag match with MJF, and that All in Wembley was just, the first one was just one of the best days of my life. So I always remember him for that. And I hope he recovers as well. I think he's also out injured, so I hope he's recovering and doing well.
So this was backstage at Progress Wrestling again, and I think it was 2016, but it might have been 2017. I can't remember.
Wow.
There were 2 men in my studio again. This is before the takeover by British Strong Style about a year later. But there were 2 men in my studio, and I didn't know who they were. So I had to go downstairs to one of the referees and ask, who are these men in my studio with American accents? And he said, that is Adam Cole and Roderick Strong. And I said, who are they? I had no idea. I've got no clue. I've got less of a clue who's who these days. But they were lovely. They were great. Roderick was very keen to get the images as soon as possible. I remember that, which was lovely. And they both shared them online because they both had quite big followings at the time. For me, who's been only photographing wrestling for about 2 years at that point, that was quite a big uptick in people recognizing what I did. And this one of Adam Cole, if you can't photograph a good portrait of Adam Cole looking good, then you need to change your camera or change your career. Yeah, beautiful. Look, like
beautiful eyes.
As a commentator, as I think David Coleman once described the middle distance runner Seb Coe, like blue chips of ice. Absolutely beautiful eyes there. Thank you very much for that description. Why was the first All In the greatest day of your life?
So me and Michael, that was our first time, I think, going backstage or being part of something backstage, and AEW is very, very important to me because it's during lockdown, it was kind of the only thing that was getting me through lockdown. And I couldn't believe that it went from watching it back in Ireland on my TV screen, watching all the tapings in 2020 to 2021. I was now a few years later backstage at Wembley Stadium watching AEW from the side, and it was incredible. So it was just one of the best days of my professional life getting there, and I will always remember it, and Adam Cole was the main event.
We're about halfway through now, these images, so I'm going to segue slightly, okay?
Okay.
And I'm going to refer to something that you've said in the last month or so, and I think it was about a month ago, or maybe just over. When I came back from the first All In, which was cool, at Wembley, seeing some of the talented people that we'd worked with in the scene for the past decade, wrestling at Wembley, a packed out Wembley Stadium. I was in a cafe in Portsmouth, and there was a kid with his mum, and the kid was wearing an All In t-shirt. So I was like, he must have been there. So I just said to the mum, "Oh, did you go to Wembley yesterday?" And she said, "Yeah, he really loves his wrestling, so it was like a treat for him and his brother." I asked the kid, what was your favorite thing about that day? And bear in mind, he was just above the mid card on the day. He said the best thing about that day was seeing Will Ospreay win against Jericho. He said, "I just love Will Ospreay. I love his moves. I love everything about him. He's so cool." So I let Will know, and Will was over the moon because that is the demographic of fan that because if you attract a kid, you attract a parent. You have to. It's simple business for that sort of family friendly, for that sort of family wrestling and that family model. You said recently about professional wrestling in Ireland and about the rival company WWE coming to Ireland and about their pricing. And I was completely unaware of this because I don't.
Oh yeah,
I'm
I
not
don't mind talking
into
about
it.
this.
So talk to us a little bit about how you feel about pricing people out of the market when it comes to the big companies.
I was very heartbroken to see when WWE were coming to Belfast, my hometown, to see the amount of statuses and the amount of Instagram stories of people saying that they could not afford to get their kids these tickets for Christmas because they're just far too expensive. Back when I first, I didn't get to go, my little brother went. His ticket was £32 something. It was something very, very low. It was I'm talking about 10 years prior. Now, for that same ticket, it's about 290 to 350 for one person. Now, think about one person. That's, say, at the minimum, it's 200, right? What if they want to bring their kids? They can't bring just one kid. They want to bring all their kids. For that family day out, that's going to cost nearly £1,000. If you're adding all the kids, the wife, and making it a whole family experience, or if you're just going by yourself, 200 is a lot of money. And I think TKO, WWE, right now, they don't need as much money as that. I think they're doing amazing. But you know who needs professional wrestling? Our young kids and are the young families, especially in Ireland, who we don't get wrestling all the time. We didn't get it very often. I think WWE used to come twice a year if we're lucky. And that was something we looked forward to all year. And it's something that a lot of families, especially in the Belfast area, can't afford. So it was heartbreaking. I wasn't angry. I was upset because it's killing off a whole demographic of kids who are going to grow up and also be wrestling fans, and hopefully wrestlers like ourselves when we're older. But we're going to cut out that demographic. But it will happen in a couple of years' time. People won't see the immediate effect of it now, but it will eventually happen. And it's very, very sad.
Lovely. I'm back over in Belfast next month. I'm very, very excited. I love Belfast.
Best place
Easy
in the
city
world
to get to. It is a great city. It's fantastic.
Best place in the world.
I'm going to take one of those taxi rides you can get, apparently, where they sort of take you around all of the historical landmarks around Belfast. I'm excited for that. Anyway, moving on now.
Tour.
I believe that's it. I think it's image number 13 we're up to now.
Let's go.
Let's go and have a look at Olympian, shall we? So, Amira, you now have to talk for 30 seconds, or you get to talk for 30 seconds about Olympian Jeff Cobb. Go.
Jeff the Cobb. Cough on the Cobb. I met them in New Japan. The very, very lovely man backstage. We're not allowed to say that because I know he's a big brute, a big scary. But it was a very lovely sweetheart. I think WWE could use this man so well and make him a star, and I don't know what they're doing, and I need people to go and look at Jeff Cobbs and see how amazing he is, and then understand why that angers me, that he's not being used the way he should be used.
Okay, wonderful. The night before this photograph was taken, Jeff Cobb and I shared a Nando's, and I say shared a Nando's. I ordered my Nando's, and then he ordered his Nando's, which was about twice the size of my Nando's. But the man is an athlete, he's a professional athlete, and it was a good mix of fats, proteins, and carbs. The following day, because we'd met before, then I got to spend a little bit more time with him taking his photograph. I did speak to him about his Olympic journey the previous day, and he was comfortable having the Olympic tattoo photographed on his shoulder, and I really wanted to copy. I'm just going to say copy, plagiarize. But there's a shot of Eddie Guerrero where he's looking over the shoulder in black and white as well, and it was a similar sort of shot. The tattoo's just out of focus on this shot, pin shot focus on the eye. And like I say, I love watching him as a performer. I think he's great. So I love any wrestler that has an air of legitimacy about them. I think that really helps sort of add to the aura and what people are trying to do in professional wrestling. Jennifer agrees with you. There we go. Can
Thank
you
you,
see that?
Jennifer Green. It was, yes, I can see.
Yeah.
They're very, very not good.
Let's
Poor
uh,
area.
let's take let's take you to a trip to the USA by way of New South Wales in Australia. We're going to be talking about probably the most memed image I've photographed until I shot Joe Marler smashing James Acaster in the face with the baking tray this year. It
Yes, I
is
know that one. Millie
Shazza McKenzie
no,
getting kicked in the
Mackenzie,
head.
Mackenzie, Mackenzie.
You got 30 seconds to talk about this. Go.
Love the pink, love the pose. I think it is very, very funny. I do love that photo, and you can see the exact moment it all goes tits awry, and I love that. I think Shazza is very underrated. I think that we need to give her some more opportunities on TV. I love the gimmick as well, and I love a good tweet of hers. She's quite funny on the Twitter.
She is quite funny on the Twitter. I've noticed that. So this is my least favorite thing. My second least favorite thing to photograph in wrestling is a battle royale or a royal rumble, because I just don't know where to stand or what to do. I feel like I'm in the way, and I'm getting old now, so it's harder for me to move quickly. My first least favorite thing to photograph is any sort of tables, ladders, and chairs match featuring the Young Bucks. It's impossible. It's more impossible then to know where to stand and how not to get in the way. I knew Shazza before this was taken. We'd shared some interview time. I wanted to get a shot of her in this arena with the crowd behind her. That's all I wanted. So I sort of reached round the ring post, which you shouldn't really do on these live events, just to get the posy shot there with the big crowd behind us. This is shot on a wide angle, the first shot. Then I zoomed in to get her face, took what I thought was going to be a nice picture of her face, and the foot came in out of nowhere. It's just complete chance. I didn't know the spot was happening, but the following day, this one blew up, which was crazy. She loves it. I think someone wrestled her wearing a T-shirt with this photograph on in an intergender match, I believe. I don't know the name of the guy. I want to quote. I think I know what the name of the guy is, but don't like getting things wrong on this channel, so I'm not going to do that. But I'm really, really proud of that image. Really, really proud of Shazza getting out there in the US, taking a chance and doing things her way. Do follow her on the internet. She's good. All of these prints available. 1 of 1 copies only. They're all mounted like this. They look really, really pretty. The Shazza one's in here somewhere. I'll get it out while you're talking about the next one. We're going to go to the next image in the series, Amira. 30 seconds. King of Indie Wrestling.
Ooh,
Let's talk about Joey Janela. 30 seconds. Off you go.
Oh boy, Joey Janela has a really hot girlfriend. That's something I know about him. Loves a tweet. Loves a tweet, this fella. But he's quite funny. And as a comedy wrestler myself, I think he's quite funny, and I appreciate his art quite a lot. I love the gear, and I think this photo is the greatest representation of who Joey Janela is.
Very good.
Perfect.
I
I didn't mean to be perfect. I had one thing that, but then it was perfect. I nearly had one thing to say. Perfect.
This is what they'll look like when they come to you in the post. Printed off of my printer over there with my green wicked finger just in the background there. And this is him with a cigarette stapled to his head. And the cigarette is lit. Now.
So I nearly said that the thing that was, I know,
Don't.
nearly.
No, we're good.
Nearly.
No, we're good. We're good. The cool thing about this image, the really cool thing about this image is that it's featured in All Elite Wrestling's book. This book is All Elite. And it features without...
It is.
Yeah, it is. It features without them asking for permission or paying for it. Next image, we're taking you all the way back to 2016. And this is Chris Brooks. Amira, can you speak for 30 seconds about Chris Brooks?
I'm so sorry. I know nothing about this man. He wears eyeliner. And that's great. And he's got a little like emo phase. He went for an emo phase in high school, and he never came out. And he's one of the kids that was like, "It's not a phase, Mom," and he meant it. I know zero about this man. I hope he's doing well. I'm so sorry, Chris Brooks. I think that's the first time I've said your name.
That's all right, it's fine. This is what I wanted. One half of CCK, the other half being Kid Lycos. Very popular with the British wrestling fans. Very stylish man. Now, interesting thing about this photo, as I bring myself back into full view, and I probably need to bring the photo back so that you can refer to it. Interesting thing about this photo was, it's the first time shooting with Chris. Chris approached me and said, I really want to shoot with you. We love your work. Cool. My light broke 5 minutes before this photograph was taken. So I didn't have my normal studio flashes, but in my bag, I packed a couple of LED tube lights, one of which is lighting me here today like this. And I just use those on consistent lighting without flash lighting. And it's a lesson in always have an escape plan, which is a direct quote from Q from the James Bond movie, Tomorrow Never Dies. There we go.
Always pack your tubes. Put the tubes in the bag, man.
Series
you never know
6
when you need to whip out your tube.
Series 6 of the ITV quiz show Tenable. You can see me answer questions on James Bond for a cash prize jackpot. See how I get on with that. Google that. We're moving on now, I think, to image number.
Whoa.
You can Google that. Someone can find that. If you want to talk about James Bond, let us know in the comments. Next image, we're going to go back to sort of indie, sort of signed wrestling, but we're going back to women of all things. Amira.
Women, yeah!
Here we go. We're going to talk for 30 seconds about Myla Grace. Let's go.
Oh,
you need a minute.
I love her. Yes. From down the way from me, 45 minutes down the other end, but she's a great girl. Good crack. She probably was freaking out doing this photo because she never likes to do sexy stuff. And I tell her all the time, get the legs out, girl. We're polar opposites in personality, but we get on like a house on fire. She is a star, man. She's star quality dripping off of her. And she's my Myla. That's all I got to say. My Myla. Capital letters.
Myla Grace, she's great. She came into the studio. This is the print here that you can purchase online. One of these. Myla has. Some people step in front of the camera, and you can work with them to get them to a point where you get really great photographs. I believe you can work with everyone, right? But some people just need a bit more working, because it's sometimes a really uncomfortable thing for people, and I can completely understand that, right? Myla, it's just, you bring the camera up and it was just straight away. Honestly, incredible, and I hope she has an amazing career. Is she in TNA now?
She is in TNA, and she's the first Irish woman signed to TNA. So I'm so proud of her. She is. I'm so proud of her. She's doing it for us. What a girl.
What do we want? What do we want, Amira? More women. When do we want them?
Now. Get the girls out.
You may not recognize this woman though. This is Tony Storm.
I recognize that woman anywhere.
30 seconds, Amira, on Tony Storm. 3, 2, 1, go.
I can't even look at her because she's so beautiful. This is the definition of comedy wrestling, serious wrestling, everything wrapped up into one, star quality dripping off of her. And she's got the look as well. She's just everything. That's what you want to be. Loveliest person as well. It was an honor to meet my hero at the backstage of AEW, and I adore her, and I can only hope that I am a fraction of the wrestler and woman that this woman is.
Incredible. Tony has always been great. In this shot, this wasn't supposed to be here either. So this shot, we arrived a little bit early on one of these super weekends that Progress did. And we said, let's go around Camden and just photograph you because you just become champion the night before. I said, let's photograph you around Camden with the belt, maybe go into the market. There's a cool little, there's a cool thing in the market where they had all these sort of prosthetic mannequin legs with different like bits of leg wear on them, but they sort of jut out from the market stall. I thought that'd be quite a cool backdrop sort of thing. I said, we'll take you onto the London Underground and we'll just shoot you on the Northern Line somewhere on like a really busy train, just with the belt just in the middle. I'll take my flash down there and we'll have some fun. And then plans, obviously, independent wrestling on a weekend got changed. So we just had to use the graffiti that was around us. There's always some really cool graffiti around the Electric Ballroom. And after I got kicked out of my dressing room by British Strong Style, I knew that I had to use all of the available elements around me in my natural environment. So I shot this up against this wall here with the girl looking towards us. She's great. Watched a match where Tony won the belt yesterday. Jennifer, was that at the Electric Ball in Canada? Was that a three-way? I can't remember. I think it was a three-way. I want to say, seeing her success warmed my heart.
Isn't it lovely?
Really cool.
When the good ones get it.
When the good ones who've had to come up, against things that were out of their control and elements of adversity, and the good ones win. It's nice. It's nice to see the good.
So nice.
I was going to say, Jennifer, I was going to say it was Ginny and Laura Di Matteo. Any thoughts on Laura Di Matteo?
Me?
Yeah. In a word.
I love that woman. Fun fact, I've cosplayed as Laura Di Matteo 3 times, as sexy Laura Di Matteo. I wanted to tag with her so badly before she left, but I knew I had a limited time before she left wrestling to have a go and wrestle with her. So I had an opportunity to tag with her or wrestle her. I chose to wrestle her, but if I could have went back in time, I would have tagged with her just one time, just to show her a different side. Like, because I'm comedy, she's super serious. Comedy's not her thing whatsoever. I wanted to give her one comedy match for a bit of fun and let her see it from my side for one day. I miss her, and I hope she's doing amazing.
These streams are always more fun when you join in the chat. So do enter your chat in there. If you've got anything to say, just put it in there. It's a very safe space channel. You may have heard of this next person. I think we're up to around about image 20, although I have to check that, of 25.
Oh my goodness.
This is a worldwide superstar. It's the back of his head. And the image at the time had no marketing value whatsoever. This is CM Punk at Wembley, an event you were at. Talk to us for about 30 seconds about CM Punk. Go.
Ooh. Well, what can you say? Legend in the industry. A very, very nice fella. From the 2 seconds I got to speak to him, had a very positive experience in London. But what was I going to say? I think he's one of those generational talents that a lot of wrestlers will look back on and go, gosh, we were so lucky to be around during the time that CM Punk came back for a second go. I think he's brilliant, and I think he's one more thing. I think he's helping the younger generation to come through in wrestling, and I think it's greatly underappreciated how much he does for the younger generation in wrestling.
Cool. CM Punk's promos from around about 2012, 2013, before I started wrestling photography, encouraged me to start wrestling photography. That character art. It encouraged me to sort of go out there and just do stuff and just, because the photography industry can sometimes be full of gatekeepers. And that's not what this channel is. As you know, there's a new video every Monday I drop the curtain and I give you a free lighting tutorial in the studio where I show exactly how I create amazing images. This shot here, taken from the hard cam on an 800mm lens for you techno people, has got a very, very shallow depth of field, and it's obviously the end of his final match and a wave goodbye to the Wembley crowd, and as it turned out, a wave goodbye to the AEW crowd at the time. Also, I was so pleased with the images I got from this match, and then realized quite quickly how little value they had to telling any story of the product from that date. When I tweeted the other one, I didn't tweet it. I don't go on the Bird app anymore.
Yes, don't do the X.
When I put a video up of the other one where he's flicking the finger up at the camera, he actually replied to it, which was quite a nice full circle moment for me. Was that the guy who inspired me to become a wrestling photographer replied to one of my most favorite images, actually won me Sports Photographer of the Year at 2023.
What did he say?
Say again?
What did he say?
I said in the video, before we do that, let's give ourselves a little pat on the back. Thank you very much indeed for that comment. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And yes, we are both well and we're having fun on this stream. I said I wanted to tell him at the event, thank you. You inspired me to chase my, ambition of being a photographer in wrestling. And he was busy doing other things backstage. So I didn't have the opportunity. And I mentioned in the video that he probably just didn't want to hear that feedback from a British photographer he'd never heard of, inviting him out for a cup of tea. And he replied saying, the cup of tea will be on me next time we meet. And someone said I should message him,
That's
and
so
I
great.
haven't because I can't stand rejection. So next
Rejection.
image. You might remember this person. Oh, hello. Just a quick update. News fresh off the press. Does that mean anything to you? I mean, this is great content.
Amira, just a quick one. I got a second row for Uprising. Yeah,
That's great
that does mean
news.
something to me.
Uprising is the
I'll
show
talk
at the
about
end
that a
too.
little bit at the end. Yes.
Yeah, let's do that at the
Yes,
end.
I don't want to take. Thank you so much, but we'll talk about that a little bit at the end.
We've got a very important cornerstone for not only independent wrestling, but women's independent wrestling coming up next. This is the 20th day. It's only 5 to go. Amira, you now have 30 seconds to talk about Amira. Go.
Do you know what I thought you were going to do? I thought you were going to put on the other Amira, and I would have laughed. Amira Blair. What can I say about Amira Blair? She's 21 years old plus 6. And her only goal that this photo is the best representation of her. She's trying her super hardest, and while things are on fire and burning around her, she's still fighting her way through it, and she's having a laugh while doing so. I think she's pretty cool, to be honest.
We think she's great. We think that Amira is a fantastic advocate for fun in wrestling, but she's also a fantastic advocate for collaboration. She didn't think twice before coming on here tonight, and every time we have come to her with an idea in our studio, she has gone for it. We've made her look like a desperate housewife. We've painted her gold. We've had her burning the patriarchy. And there was that time, and I don't know if you want to share this story. Don't worry if you don't. But there was that time that you came to us with an idea for doing a ball gown shoot because you wanted an elegant takeover shoot, and you ended up having a championship title shoot because you won the title the previous night by accident.
Yes,
talk about that?
That was. Yes, I can. I think I can now. I think I can. I'm not going to name the company because they didn't want me to. But oh well. So funny story. My first ever belt that I've won, and since then I've won 2, which is great. But my first ever belt that I won by accident. Nothing. There was another manager that was meant to pull me out and completely forgot his spot. God love him. And I accidentally won my first ever belt, and it became a meme of me. I think the video still has like 20k views or something like that on YouTube of me accidentally winning the belt, because it's very obvious that I was not meant to win this belt. But I think that is the prime example of who Amira Blair is. Like, accidentally great things keep happening to her, and she's so confused and she doesn't know why, but then she just finds a way to make it all work, and it's all a good bit of fun. So yes, I did remember that.
I absolutely love it. And yeah, this is you just bring so much expression to the studio every time you come in. I really approve of it, and I really appreciate it.
Thank you. I love that photo as well.
Keeping it close to home for you, image number 21. We're going to ask you for 30 seconds now, Amira, to talk to Zoe Lucas.
You know what? I'll start crying, by the way. This woman has no idea how much meeting her this year has changed my life for the better. And I tell her all the time, but I like to publicly say that, like, she's taught me so much wrestling-wise, professionally, and spiritually as a person, just for how good of her heart she has. And I don't think a lot of people know that she is one of the kindest people in pro wrestling, and I love her. And Pretty Psycho has been the best thing that's ever happened to me in wrestling, and I adore her. And this is including, like, I love you so much, Michael. This is including Mike. This is my number one. This is my girl. And I love her so much. I'm going to start crying because every time I talk about her, I cry.
No gong on
Where's
this
the
one.
30-second gong?
No gong on this one because I don't want to take away from the moment. Take a breather. This image was shot during. This image was shot during one of my online tutorials, which you can find for free, internet.
For free.
Heaven forbid on 2025 we pay for anything other than WWE tickets to Belfast. And this was incredible in terms of like the storytelling and the fact that it came out of a workshop where I was just trying to showcase how you use a basic color combination within, I call it the Superman color combination, the blue, the red, and the yellow, the primary colors. And then we just kept building and building and building, as we always do in studio. We never really know where the shoots are going to go. And I love the framing of this shot. Fun fact about this image, up until 10 minutes before this image was shot, those shoes were white. We decided that we forgot, well, we'd basically just forgotten the red shoes. So we just got some red spray paint out and some felt tip pens and painted them red. That's the sort of person Zoe is. She said, paint them. She didn't get precious about it. She wanted to make the shoot work. And I agree with everything that you say and endorse about that woman. She's incredible.
Can I also tell you something I completely don't think you remember? We've done that but before. So remember when we were doing our gold shoot?
Yeah.
We painted my shoes in gold. We spray painted our shoes. And with no hesitation, right? That explains why me and Zoe are like in sync. Because we could do, I would say to her, hey, do you want to run out in a Dobby costume with a poster and fire breathing tools and just run around and be absolutely ridiculous? And she'd be like, yeah. And she'd just do it, no questions asked.
She would. I don't think she'd go out as a holiday hippopotamus, though. We're going to go on to image number 22 now. We're nearly there, 3 away. We're going to talk to you about international superstar, famous in America and Japan and elsewhere. Talk to us. There will be a gong on this one as well. Talk to us for 30 seconds about Kenny Omega.
Point. I think he is so hot for a man of his age. Ooh la la. He's also quite funny. I like him on his YouTube videos more than wrestling stuff, because that's super fancy. He's super cool at what he does, and that's great, and I love that for him. But I also think he's quite funny, and I think that is very underrated. Look at that bod though. Ooh la la.
Bang. To the first ball in, and yeah, man's in incredible shape, does incredible matches. This was on the entrance rampway, so it was quite a steep entrance, so I could get like quite low underneath with my long lens, which gave me like kind of like this unique angle really on Kenny up on the stage. I had to be quite careful of the pyrotechnics that were going off, because they realized that their fans quite like pyro back then, which is quite cool. But this shot again available in the store, 1 of 1. Grab it tonight, and it will be £5 cheaper than it will be at 12:01 a.m. We're nearly there. We're going to be talking about the very first photo I took of someone who's now an international superstar. Shot this one in 2016 backstage at the Portsmouth Guildhall. You now have, maybe with the help of Michael sat next to you, I'm not sure, 30 seconds to speak to Jay White. Go.
Jay White, how are you doing? Michael, do you have anything to say about Jay White? He's got his earphones in. We've lost him. We've lost him to the cause. Jay White, I'll be honest with you right now, I don't know too much about him. What I can tell you is that man works out. Look at those shiny, shiny abs. Yeah! Oh, there you go.
There we go.
I was going to say something about the feather on his gear, but there we are. I'm glad we had the gong. The gong came in for a reason.
Well, the Silver Fern represents New Zealand. He was at this Revolution Pro Wrestling show, and I was told he was going to be a big deal. They said he's going to be the next Fergal Devitt, the next Prince Devitt, who now is wrestling and has now been wrestling for so long in the WWE. And not only does he work out, he clearly hadn't eaten a carb since around about 2009. Nice guy. Good to see him get all of the success in AEW that he's getting. And someone online really, really reacted to when I posted that photograph. So that is part of our 25 days of Christmas.
Woohoo!
We're just 2 away now from the end. So this is image number 24. And it's 2 people that we've already mentioned on the show. I maybe should have researched my own list a bit better before bringing this one up. But this is Pete Dunne, Trent Seven, British Strong Style. You got 30 seconds to talk to us about them. Go.
The guys that stole your lighting room have somehow made their way onto the into the shortlist. I can only talk to you loads about Trent Seven. Trent Seven is someone so unique that I cannot describe. I could do his voice to a T. I could do a Trent Seven impression, and everyone would know exactly who I'm talking about. Oh my goodness! I haven't even.
Goodness me, 30 seconds wizard side, doesn't it? I really like this shot, right? No, just because honestly, how could you possibly top the accent? This was taken backstage at the Electric Ballroom as they're waiting to go through, and the guys have their competitors, and I think it was CCK, because I think it's where the belts changed, had just gone through, and these two were just sharing this moment where they were just planning out a few little things towards the end of the match, or maybe just sharing a joke. I don't know, because there was loud music I couldn't hear, but I just really like the lighting, and I like these sort of backstage elements. Pete Dunne obviously has gone on to achieve amazing things for WWE, but this is a one-of-one backstage print that I really enjoyed, and I like the composition of it, and I like the fact that it was a little bit different. So that's in there as image number 24. This is now the final image. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. If you have enjoyed this, we're going to do image number 25 now, which is a much requested image, and I've only ever printed it off twice before, I think. No. A similar image to this I've printed off twice. I've never printed off this image, which was the second capture from a 2-capture session. And then we've got some fun bonus items that we're going to talk about, so stay around because there's some real rare, unique stuff I want to talk about just after this. But Amira, you now have 30 seconds to talk to us about Meiko Satomura. Let's go.
What is there to say? She is a legend in the industry. A lot of women have taken a lot of stuff from her and have learned from her. She has been so fundamentally helpful to a lot of women in the British scene. And Sendai Girls is so successful because they have such a champion of a woman going out with other people, teaching other people around the world. And her retiring is... while it's bittersweet because yes, everyone has to retire, it's amazing to see the career that this woman's had. So yeah,
Heartily agree. This one's slightly bigger than the other ones. If we bring up a little one here, let's bring up your other mate. There we go. There we go. You can see there's a slight size difference there. Meiko's just a little bit bigger. It's in a 10x8 mount, so I felt that it deserved it, right? Now this shot was taken in Wolverhampton, and it was part of a project I was doing for the wrestling company I was working for at the time. That sign in the foreground, the sort of sign, the feminine symbol, is a piece of 30x20 white card mount, and I had all of these different shapes cut out of it. So we hung it on a little frame in front of them with a few clips, and we got them to stand behind. So everything you see in here is in camera. I once submitted this image for a competition and it didn't place because they thought I'd just put a white layer on top in Photoshop afterwards, and I hadn't. I'd gone to a lot of trouble, a lot of time, and a lot of effort. I love this shot. I've got a copy of this shot, the one where she stood straight on towards me with a straight face in black and white downstairs, printed massive. And all of the girls who come into my studio to have a takeover shoot with me, they have their image taken with it. They love it, and it's great. And it's lovely to see the respect that people have for her. That's available for £5 off tonight. That's our final day of Christmas. They're all available on the store, portraitofawrestler.com/store. One thing I do need to say before we move on to just these final few images, we're doing another Wrestler Open weekend here at the studio on the 7th and 8th of February. So we're going to give you a little bit of time after Christmas to get yourself into shape. It's a taster session where you can come down and experience a shoot down here in my studio. We set up a WWE standard lighting setup for standard promo pictures, and you get them at a cut discount rate. So if you've never had a promo picture before, or you've not updated your profile picture in 5 years, or you're new to wrestling and you don't want to photograph your first promo picture on your phone in bad lighting with a radiator in the background, you can, for a small amount, come and see me. They're supposed to be 20 minutes taster sessions. No one has 20 minutes. Everyone has a little bit more, and we'll give you 3 high-quality professional images to come and go away with and put on your next pile of heads professional wrestling promotional poster for wrestling in your area.
I'll be coming down to that one. Sounds like a great deal.
Thank you very much, Jennifer. I appreciate you. There's a couple of other Brucey bonuses that I'm just going to go and grab now. And these are Brucey bonus prints that we've done just for Christmas, just for you. And these are all strictly one of one. Image number one is, because he's having a big time at the moment, is Gunther or Walter. This is the first time I ever photographed him in 2015. I've gone back into the original file because I keep all my original files because I'm organized like that. And I got the raw out and we managed to reprocess it in this fine art black and white style. Love this shot, love the aggression. He didn't give me much time in this shoot, but I managed to get that shot. That one's available on the store. Next one here is by special request by someone on Instagram. Said, I'm looking forward to getting a Will Ospreay print. And I realized that Will Ospreay wasn't part of my 25. So now Will Ospreay is part of my 25. This was the night he became Progress Wrestling champion. This is backstage. Wide angle lenses. Amira's pointing out there with a hand pointing out to the camera, and the Progress Wrestling belt on his wrist. Look how young and hopeful he looks there. Amazing athlete. Love working with Will. You can grab that one on the store today. Everything's £5 off before midnight tonight. Next one. This is the rejected cover image from what was Mariah May and is now Blake Munro's book that we did for her. We got it down to one of two cover images. This is the one that wasn't chosen in the American Beauty style. You can grab that one. I've printed that on fine art luster paper today, so you can grab that. Definitely bless Will Ospreay. There we go. And the final image for you tonight is this one here, taken from Double or Nothing. Cody versus Dustin Rhodes, covered in blood. Perfect composition there within the frame.
That's brilliant.
Blood on the floor, crowd in the background. One of the best professional wrestling matches I've ever been in attendance for. Cody doing Cody things, just putting on the most amazing show. Is that me and Amira, or is that the two people in the photograph? I'm assuming it's the two people in the photograph, but you can grab that one today. One very important final image that I want to share with everyone today, if that's cool. And it's part of a big package that Amira's just going to fill in for me while I grab it.
Yep. This is a very, very important image that I want a lot of if any of my fans are over here, it's kind of why I want you all over. It's for someone very, very special with a very, she's a bitch, but she's also got the biggest heart. And I adore her.
This is a super package. I've put a limited, a one of one fine art print in this one for you that I've had to go back into the archive to around about 2018, 19 for. I can't remember the exact year, but because it is Christmas, we are presenting to you Millie McKenzie as the Grinch when we photographed her for Riptide Wrestling. That is printed here as a one of one. Okay. She looks amazing in the photograph. I contacted her today and said, are we okay to print this one from years ago? And she said, absolutely. That's great. So you can have Millie McKenzie as the Grinch, but this is part of a package, right? So not only do you get that, you get a one of one Medusa complex print with custard cream, the yellow boa constrictor snake that we got in for the shoot. You can have that one in that package as well. As part of that package as well, you get the Medusa complex book, which features all images of Charlie and Millie going around a stately home in the Hampshire countryside with amazing results. That was a great day out. You get that Medusa complex book, which I think we've only got 5 left in the studio. You get the Charlie Evans homage book to her favorite wrestler of all time, with all sorts of images in there for your delectation. I've literally got one of these left in the studio. This is my copy. You're having this copy. You can have that. You can have an old Riptide Wrestling book there with some images from people at Riptide Wrestling, plus also an homage to Cara Noir in there, and a signed Cara Noir print. And I'm also going to put in, and I haven't got them to hand here, but I'm going to put in 4 bonus prints, 3 of which are signed by various female wrestlers from around the country. It's online at my website. That is the Millie McKenzie package. Every single penny of that Millie McKenzie package will be sent to Millie McKenzie's bank account for an early Christmas present for her. So if there's someone out there, if you've got a little bit extra to spend and you want a unique bespoke package for your home, for the fine art for your wall, and for a fun little Christmas image that you can pull out once a year and stick it on the wall to celebrate Christmas, do that, and you'll be supporting one of my friends in the industry and one of the brilliant, brilliant talents in a very, very difficult time for her. We hope that sells, and we hope to get something to her.
We absolutely hope that sells, and it will sell. I know it. I know it will sell.
Amira, anything you want to say to the people in the audience about things that you're doing coming up? Go.
Just hi. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing well. This weekend I am doing activities. Please look around the Cardiff area. That's all I can say. I might be there. I might not. I don't know. Um, just look around that area. I might appear. And I hope you're all doing well. Merry Christmas. Look after yourselves, please. Don't eat yellow snow. And that's all I have to say.
Okay, I'll prompt it a bit heavier then. You literally said, "Let's talk about Eve" at the end.
It wasn't Eve. It's Rev Pro. It's Rev Pro on Sunday.
On Sunday.
Yes.
But what's going on with Eve? Eve have got a big show coming up.
Eve has got a big show
by the way.
coming
This
up.
is such a slick ending. I love it.
Yeah, it was so planned. Eve have a big show coming up on the 8th of March, Sunday the 8th of March at the O2. I don't know if you know. I don't know if I've told enough people on my social media about this one particular show. It's going to be the biggest show that Amira Blair has ever been on in the UK. I know, I finally get somewhere. Hurrah! So you should definitely come and see what I've got planned, because Musselwhite has an idea of what I have planned. And it's the most ridiculous thing I've done yet. And I'm scared and excited that this is going to be in front of so many people. So please get these tickets. Please, I need a reason to get up in the morning. Please come to March. Please, please, please. And also this Sunday, I will also be there to point at Michael Oku. He's over there. He can't see me.
Yeah, how would he survive? How would he get through his wrestling matches without knowing that you're there to point at him and shout at kids at ringside? I got to see a little bit of heel Amira Blair at the Rev Pro Monster show at one of the All In weekends. It was quite good. I quite enjoyed you shouting at kids.
I can't remember when I did that. That is quite funny that I did.
You faked a kid out. I think I got him. I think I got him on camera crying. So that's what it's all about, though, isn't it?
You got to send me that. I love making kids cry. It's my favorite. It makes me so happy.
Check this out.
Oh no!
And on that bombshell, trademark it now. I would. That's what you're going to be when you get signed. That's what it's going to be. It's only a matter of time.
Signed.
Here it comes. Oh, we nearly went the full podcast without alluding to it. Right. Okay. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you for joining me in the chat. Thank you for any people have pre-bought prints already as I've been dropping them. Everything's available on the store tonight. It would please my wife if we woke up to some orders. That'd be really good. And like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Watch some of the videos back. Recommend it to your photographer friends. Say nice things. Be kind. And as ever, all the very best.